Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit. Today, I'm going to be making 3 different personal sized pizzas using Mama Mary's pizza crusts. I've used these crusts before and they're pretty good. Along with Mama Mary's pizza crusts, I got her gourmet traditional pizza sauce, along with Mama Mary's gourmet pepperoni. And I also got some of Sargento's off the block 6 cheese Italian blend. And of course you don't have to use Mama Mary's or Sargento's products. But if Mama Mary's or Sargento's is watching this video, I'd be more than willing and happy to accept any compensation you'd like to send my way for using your products in my videos. So for our first pizza, let's start off with a simple cheese pizza. Now the directions said to baste the crust with olive oil, but they didn't specify just the top or the bottom, or both. So we just went ahead and basted all the crust with olive oil. Then added a little bit of the pizza sauce. And spread it around nice and even. Depending on how you like your pizza, add more or less. After all, you are the boss of your sauce. Next, we added a very generous layer of our Italian cheese blend. And just like with the pizza sauce, add as much or as little cheese as you like. Once you've added as much or as little cheese as you like, add some Italian seasoning and some granulated garlic. The Mama Mary's instructions were to cook at 425 degrees for 7.5 to 10 minutes. Since my air fryer only goes up to 400 degrees, I set the timer for 8 minutes. And then went the pizza. 8 minutes later, our pizza was ready. And this is what I'm talking about, the air fryer cooks so fast. It looks like I might have been able to pull it out a minute earlier. Now, let's make a pepperoni pizza. We brushed the crust on all sides just like we did with the first pizza. Then add as much or as little pizza sauce as you like. And then spread it out into an even layer. Next, the Italian cheese blend. A sprinkling of Italian seasoning and granulated garlic. And what's a pepperoni pizza without pepperoni? And normally that would be the last step in a pepperoni pizza for me. But since this is going into an air fryer that blows hot air around in a small space, I figured I'd add just a little bit more cheese to help hold the pepperoni down. And then into the 400 degree air fryer it went. After 6 minutes, our pepperoni pizza was done. And you can tell by the way the pepperoni's flipped up that if the cheese wasn't on it, it would be all over the place. And I think 6 minutes at 400 degrees for these pizzas is a sweet spot. Now before we try the pizzas, let's make one last pizza using leftovers. The night before, we had tacos, so I'm going to make a taco pizza using the leftovers. We've already brushed the crust with olive oil. Now we're going to add our taco meat. And then our taco sauce. And I'm not sure why we didn't use the taco sauce as the sauce on the bottom before we added the meat. But either way, it worked out in the end. Now add your favorite Mexican blend cheese. and then some raw onion. Then it goes into the 400-degree air fryer for about 6 minutes. After 6 minutes at 400 degrees, our taco pizza is done cooking. So let's set our taco pizza aside and let it cool slightly before we finish it. In the meantime, let's cut and try the cheese pizza. The crust felt really good as the pizza slicer rolled across it. It felt crispy on the outside, but not hard and cracker-like, like some other prepared pizza crust or frozen crust can be. Everything looked good to me, even the bottom of the crust. And when I bit into it, the crust was good. It had a slight crunch in the middle of the crust, but it was a little bit harder and crunchier on the outside of the crust. The browning on the cheese gave it a great flavor, along with the Italian seasoning and garlic. I was definitely impressed with the first cheese pizza. Next up is the pepperoni pizza, and to me, it looked better after only cooking for 6 minutes at 400 degrees. The cheese and pepperoni looked beautiful, and the crust was not nearly as dark as it was on the cheese pizza. Cutting through the crust, you could immediately tell there was going to be a difference in the crust. The crunch was very light and thin, compared to the heavier and thicker crunch on the cheese pizza. Which wasn't bad, but I'm just not a fan of real thick, crunchy crust. When I bit into the pepperoni pizza, I realized only cooking for 6 minutes at 400 degrees is the perfect amount of time for the specific crust. The crust and overall pepperoni pizza was better than the cheese pizza. This pepperoni pizza was delicious. Now let's finish putting the taco pizza together. With a topping of shredded lettuce, chopped tomato, and a little bit of sour cream. Or you could add guacamole, refried beans, or black olives. I've got to say, without trying to toot my own horn, that's a beautiful pizza. Again, when we cut the crust, it felt perfect. It had a nice slight airy crunch. My mouth was really watering at this point, so I had to take a big old bite. And this taco pizza was amazing. It was an explosion of flavors in your mouth that makes your tongue want to jump out of your mouth and slap you. All of these pizzas turned out much better than I really expected they would, but this taco pizza was absolutely amazing. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.